this week, I was invited to be a co-host for Tech Tuesday, and on Tech Tuesday, I broke down how I ranked my website for move to my city name and retire in my city name. Hang tight. We're gonna get into that video right now. Let's go.
We are going to be talking with Chris Harden, my super good friend that owns, runs, created Book Me Solid. You guys have heard me talk about that before. As far as, you know, when you get listings, it's a must-have. He actually runs your ad on Facebook, and when they click on it to get more pictures and price and photos, or pictures are photos, it goes right into your messenger. So you're actually chatting with, I'm not even kidding, hundreds of people about your property. So when you get a listing, Chris is who you call, wherever he is. There we go. And then, but he's actually not going to be talking about that today. He's a genius in so many different ways. And today he wanted to talk to you guys about how he ranked his moving to sites. So like when I say that, I mean like moving to Las Vegas, moving to Henderson, or wherever you are, you should have a site about people moving there so that they can learn about where they're going to be moving. So he ranked it #1 on Google within 24 hours using AI. So this is going to be pretty cool. I'm super excited to learn this. And anyway, so Chris, you got the floor and you have driving privileges. You can share your story at any time. Awesome. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, my pleasure. So my background is in WordPress, and WordPress is a platform that you build websites on. So that part was easy for me. So I thought, why not start generating a bunch of content? Everybody loves doing videos, but I wasn't really digging the videos just yet. At the same time, last year, I shot a bunch of neighborhood tours where I did ride-alongs, and it was telling why they moved here, what they liked about it, what was around it, etc. And I was like, this is a great opportunity to house all of that. And then basically, here's what I ended up with. I ended up with livingin.woodstockgeorgia.com. I also have moved to woodstock.com, but that goes to my YouTube. And whenever they go to that, it's like instant subscribe. So like I put that on print material. It's just easier that way. So let me show you what the end result kind of looks like. So what I ended up doing was like all the things to do, grocery stores, golf carts, kid-friendly dining, pickleball, recreation, all the things, right? So here's like a list of things that I rank for, and then I'm going to show you like how I did it. I'm actually going to create one for paddleboarding today and show you how to do it. So to prove that works, you can see I got moved to Woodstock, Georgia and retire in Woodstock, Georgia. I'm going to open up an incognito tab and show you. If I do move to Woodstock, Georgia, I pop up and I'm even cool. I got these little links that I always wondered how to get links. If you wonder how to get links like me, you just post a lot of stuff and you have a lot of links from your main page, and then it kind of pulls the most popular links. So I rank for that, and I rank for neighborhoods in Woodstock. Because like I said, I did a bunch of neighborhood tours right there. And then I was like, cool, can I do this for other areas? So I moved to Kennesaw. And I built one for that. Yeah, moved to Kennesaw. So you can see I rank #1 for that too. It's just a different flavor. But it's basically the same. This one isn't built out as much, but I have started to focus on the retire in, the downsize, the stuff like that. I don't have so much of the things to do just yet because I focus on Woodstock right now. So how do you do that? I want to show you a couple of tools that give you data that you need to understand what you have. So you have like a starting spot, and then you can go from there. So this tool right here is called Ahrefs, ahrefs.com. It is free up to an extent. So everything that I've done has been free with it. you can pay more and you get more search features and stuff. But basically what it does is it sends you these emails telling you, where do you rank? So right here, it says organic keywords by position. I got this one, I think, on Monday. It sends it out weekly, but it shows me, am I moving up? Am I moving down? Am I doing good? And then what specifically am I ranking for and the volume? So what I like to do is any of these, like the positions that are less than 50, I try to go back in and improve those so that I will rank higher, if that makes sense to everyone. So I use WordPress, like I said, and it has a plugin that you can get. It's called Wincher. In Wincher, basically, you can say, hey, these are the keywords that I want to rank for, and I want to measure that. So you get an email like this telling you how you're doing with that, right? So move to Woodstock, retire in Woodstock, Georgia neighborhoods, and then you can see like this one moved up and down. So that's a good way to have a pulse of stuff. Now getting into the meat and potatoes of it, how do you get into Google? If you just create stuff on your website and leave it out there for them to find, they're not going to find it. You have to submit it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a page and I'm going to walk you through exactly how I do it. I'm going to tell you like my thought of how I create the content. I'm going to show you how I put it into WordPress. And then most importantly, like once it's actually there, you need to tell Google it's there so they can go find it. So let's see, this should load up because I already had it built out, and I was just going to scroll through and show you my thought process.
Did you get a picture of you on a paddleboard?
I have a video. I don't have a picture, so I just used a stock photo.
Okay.
But like all of my images, I have Canva Pro, and I've used 99% of the images come from Canva because they have a big library of images. I'll show you. So that's going to be the image that I use, right? Nothing
Oh, that's cool.
crazy.
I like it.
So this ever load, here we go. I'll give you my thought process. So first I said top 10 places to paddleboard near Woodstock. It gave me 10 places, right? And then I told it, please expand it and talk more about, how far is it from the nearest to others from downtown, right? So it ranked them that way. And then I told it, please make each section 200 words. So you can see like it expanded each section because you need to have content, and just need to have like a list. The more specific details you can have in there, the better, because you're going to start popping up as the suggested thing. So like when you search for some things, I'm like the suggested answer now on some things because I do it this way. So each one of these has 200 words. It's the 10 different locations. And then I went down here and I said, please rewrite it to include the intent words because I want intent. I want them to find a place to paddleboard. That means they're not just like, what is paddleboarding? So it rewrote it with the intent word of that and included it. And then I told it to write an introduction and a conclusion. So here's my introduction, pretty good. And then a conclusion. So now that I've got all of that, I told it to rewrite it so that an adult with a 5th grade reading level would understand it. So the majority of people understand at a 5th to 7th grade reading level. It just kind of dumbs it down. You have to be careful with that. If you say at a 5th grade reading level and you're talking about mortgages, it'd be like, tell mommy and daddy to go talk to the man with the money. So like you have to say as an adult so that it makes sense in that context.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, it's super fun. So it's all about context. So after I have that, it's rewrote these two in that format. The list, I didn't tell it to do that. So now that I've got that, I'm going to go build the page out.
And so if you have free ChatGPT, make sure you're using the web access, because what could be like the best paddleboarding spots. Mm-hmm. When was the last time ChatGPT? Like 2019?
21.
21. Yeah, it may be different than it was then. So make sure you have and when you say the best place to play pickleball, there's so much new pickleball in the last couple of years. You want to make sure you have that web access on that so that you can get all the good stuff.
Yep, totally. So within WordPress, I use a plugin called Yoast SEO, and it turns green if you do well. So I'll walk you through the setup as I do it. But basically, I just take one of these and duplicate it. You can see I've created 135 of them. So I duplicated that one, and I'm just going to edit it. That way I'm not like starting totally from scratch. I'm just going to copy and paste here. So wish I could like get the little thing. The thing keeps popping up.
I'll just move it over.
So I go back over here and I scroll up and I go get me a title. If it gave me one, it didn't give me a title, so I'm going to ask it. So you can see I've got this web access on and off. This is another plugin for ChatGPT. It's called WebGPT for Chrome. So it gives you this turn it on, turn it off. Once you've got the information, you turn it off, or to keep trying to Google and find more stuff. So like once I have what I want, I tell it to hush and then just do its thing. So paddleboarding paradise, guide to Woodstock best spots. I like to have like the actual title, because like what I would search, I would probably type in Woodstock, Georgia paddleboarding, right? So sometimes I mix the two together. So I'm probably gonna go with this and then say the top 10 spots. Top 10 paddleboarding spots near
Annabelle.
Woodstock. All right, so I'll just cut that, and I'm gonna go over here and actually like build the page out. So within WordPress, this is the title of your page up here at the top. And then down here, the Yoast SEO, the focus keyword is what is the main keyword? It doesn't like commas. So like my keyword would be paddleboarding spots near Woodstock. And then you can scroll down through here and see, you can tell it what do you want it to actually show in the search results. So top 10, to go back over here and tell it to give me metadata. Metadata is basically like the words below the search that tells you what it's about. It kind of encourages you to click the link a little more so. So you can see, here's the description. So meta description, I put that in. You can see because I have that plugin, it tells me that's too long. So I'll just start deleting words until it goes green. It's nothing crazy hard. It's just a matter of doing a lot of it. So you can see I got the title. The slug is basically what is the link. It's going to put dashes in between there. The reason it had that dash too is because I copied that other page. So I've got the title, the link, and the meta description. And now I go up here and do social. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to upload my image. So this is doing it for Facebook and Twitter. But also I'm putting a featured image for Google. So if y'all Google, mountain biking in Woodstock, you'll see like I've got a mountain biking picture there. There we go. And you want to name your images the same thing because your images are going to pop up in Google too. You may not have a video there, but you can definitely have an image there. And if most of your images are popping up, there's some kind of similarity there. And people normally like lean into that. I don't necessarily worry so much about the description and stuff because I've already got it in the title. So it uploads, I select it, and now I'm just replacing this stuff right here with what I had on the first one. So top 10.
Because it auto-populated it?
No, that's from the where I duplicated the page.
Oh, okay.
Because I was talking about downsizing. So you can see like this one right here, it says downsizing homes. I'm just replacing that with my new stuff. Okay, and then we copy this, put that in. And then I have one more spot. So after I do this, I'm going to go to it's called the front end editor, because this is just all back end. I use a theme called Divi, and Divi makes it really easy to look good and drag stuff around. You don't have to be smart to use Divi. And I'll show you how to plug and chug over here. So this is the front end. It says enable visual builder. So I'll do that, and it'll give me the access to change that. So I need to go back and get my title that I was using, because you basically want your title to match your H1 tag. Your H1 tag is the very top title on your page. Those two things need to be in alignment for you to get ranked. And then the following context is based off of your H1. If that makes sense. It's basically like a continuation of it.
Yeah, so you guys, this is like this is next level stuff right here with Chris. So just to let you know, he is going to be offering to do this for people. Because yeah, I'm already lost. And like Carrie said, she's like, just tell me how much it's going to cost for you to do it for us. So anyway, that's funny. Really quick, can we answer Sheila's question?
Yeah,
Sheila?
Absolutely.
This is awesome. Thanks, Wendy, for always being in service. I've since showered since I last talked to you. So what about if you don't use WordPress, Chris?
So this will work for creating your content. You're just at a disadvantage because you can't use like this Wincher plugin to tell you where you're ranking. You don't have the Yoast SEO plugin to help you like get it, configured correctly. You can take it and plug it into any blog post and hope for the best, but WordPress is just easier to get ranked with. What I would do is, if you already have an existing site, go to this Ahrefs and import your site to it, and it will tell you where you're at now, and then you can just kind of monitor from there. But WordPress is just easier in general to get ranked faster.
Okay, and thank you. None of this is making sense to me, but it is. It's unconscious competence. I know it's landing somewhere. What about like on Google Business, when we're posting stuff on there? Obviously it's Google. So if there's like cross references, what does that look like?
100%. You want all that stuff to cross reference. If you go look at my website while I'm building this one out, if you go livinginwoodstockgeorgia.com, look at how many links I have on the homepage. Every one of those links link to another page within my website.
And so do you actually have a Google Business page too?
I do not yet. So like all of this is just organic without it. That's definitely throwing fire on it if you already have that.
Oh, awesome.
Yep. Does that make sense?
Oh, well, sort of, yes.
So like this, I'm switching it up a little bit to make it shorter, to make it fit, paddle boarding spots near Woodstock, because that's what they would be searching for. And now I go over here, and I'm going to scroll back up here and get my introduction.
In the image, he got it from Canva, right?
I did. I made it in Canva. I just went ahead and downloaded it before we started. I basically take that same template. I'll show you how to do that at the end. Like, I just take one template and do it over and over and over. So with this, you have your H1. That's what matches the page title and stuff. But you want to have an H2 that goes along with it. So like this, paddleboarding is unique blend,
Can you
format.
can you explain H1 or H2 again?
So like on a website, you have H1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's just a formatting of what's most important. The title is the most important, and then you get down into here, and this would be a H2.
I see.
I can
Like
make
headings. Okay.
H3, and you could have stuff within this, you know what I mean? But it's just like a context of what's most important.
And who decides that?
Well, you're telling them what's most important. So most important is going to be the title, and then this stuff should hook them into the rest of it. If you just throw it in there and you don't have any headers, one, you can't read it, but two, you know, they can't read it either. So
And can you
think of it as formatting. It's basically formatting to make it easier for the reader to read.
Okay, so years ago, I thought about like when I upload photos to anything like Google or something, again, unconscious competence. Can you go back in and rename your photos, or it's not worth it really, but I'm answering my own question. But on a go forward, when you're naming your photos, you're putting your name in it, correct?
I'm putting like my key phrases in it. I'm not necessarily putting my name in it because I don't want all that stuff to pop up for me.
I see, okay.
I like take this as I'm looking for people moving here. Nobody knows me moving here, right? So if I'm popping up for all of that, it makes me the expert because I'm popping up for all of that. Like they don't know who you are when they're Googling move to this place.
They don't?
They don't know who to Google. No, they're Googling for information about the
I'm
place.
Totally kidding. I'm totally kidding.
No kidding allowed.
Yeah, I know. Actually, I did on my YouTube video for a listing. There's a chicken coop, and I said, "Do you want to pay $1 million for a chicken coop?" Because that's just how I am, right? We sold the house, so, but that's just I'm just funny to myself.
It's just early for me, maybe.
Right, you're honest.
So I'll just copy this. I'll go plug this in.
Okay, you're so good at working and answering questions at the same time. So do you need to buy the domain moving to and move to? What if they are all taken?
So the most of them are going to be taken. I'll tell you the secret. Don't tell your friends because they'll get bombed. So I had moved to Woodstock, and I was telling
everybody in Las Vegas, hop off now.
Yep. Or go buy it now and get it while it's hot. So basically, I was telling him about what I did with this, and I was like, I'm going to buy the rest of them. So I moved to Roswell, Georgia. Moved to Ackworth, Georgia, and moved to Roswell, Ackworth, and Kennesaw. And I was like, I'm going to move to Kenton. And he's like, you know what? Last time that we met, we actually went paddleboarding. And he was like, last time we met, we were talking about Alpharetta, where his office is at. He's like, well, Kenton is closer to my house. So he bought that. Obviously, he hadn't done anything with it, but I was like, good for you. At least I know who got it.
That's funny. So what's the secret, though, on how to get that if they're taken?
Just come up with something closer to it. Like this, living in Woodstock, Georgia. There's another guy here that has living in Woodstock, GA. You'll never find him because he doesn't know how to optimize.
Right. Okay.
But he actually had that channel before, and I was like, cool. I started out with that, and I was like, I'll just kill you. And then I changed it to move to Woodstock with Chris.
I'll just kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like
somebody has living. If somebody has living in Calgary, like this guy here, I mean, he is living in Calgary.ca broker service. So this guy is doing exactly what you said. I won't kill him though. But it's like $90 to buy living in Calgary.ca. $90 is a deal.
Would you say that you use the .ca more than the .com over there?
No, well, .com is typically what most people do, but there's no .com available.
Okay.
Oh, I lied. It is too. It's right here. It's $90.
It's $90.
Yeah, this guy's a broker. He's broker service fee. You want to kill him for me?
Go to namecheap.com. Get it for like $10. I buy everything from namecheap.com.
Okay,
I'm
right.
not sure more than like $12 on a domain name ever.
What'd you call
Damn.
it? Namecheap.com?
.com. That's totally my husband's perfect domain. He'll love it.
And you can just forward from there, like you do on GoDaddy?
Yep, same thing. I've moved around. Like I started out at Yahoo and then they raised the prices and then I migrated everything to GoDaddy and then I've landed at Namecheap and eventually they may move somewhere else. But right now that's where I'm at.
I did not know you
But
could do that.
it's good to have the domain name separate from your website. If you have it all at one place and then you have a fallout, guess what? They got it all. So that was kind of my thought, to keep them separate. But you can see now I've got like these two columns and I got to make it fit. So I'm going to.
So could you also have like your VA doing a lot of this, correct?
I have a VA. I'm the tech side. I'd rather do this than sell real estate, to be honest with you. But if you have anyone moving to Woodstock, definitely would love to help them. But I like the tech side of stuff.
You would only say that in a group of realtors carefully. I totally hear you.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely take care of them, but I prefer to do the tech stuff. The tech stuff gives me more flexibility to do what I want to do, really. Instead of being on somebody else's schedule.
See, and that's how I met Chris, because I'd rather sell houses than try to figure this out. So he is my who.
It's a great fit.
Okay, let me go in here. I'm gonna.
Monica, yes, I have a lot of domains. I know. I probably have a couple I could use that are just sitting there. Because I'm always buying new domains.
But it doesn't matter what the domain name is, to be honest, as long as it's got that area in it.
Yeah, they don't. Oh, they don't have .com. Interesting. The guy on
Because,
Google is selling it.
Because I couldn't get moved to Canton, Georgia about living in Canton, Georgia, and like it's starting to rank too. You know what I mean? It's just like this one. It's about who has the most content, who has the most relevant content, really.
Right. So don't get hung up on the .com.ca, really.
Just make it something easy to remember. So like the reason I have like the move to Woodstock.com, I got that on a sticker on the back of my car, so I can just park it downtown and leave it. Like you get curious and you go look for it. It goes to my YouTube. It doesn't go here. I've been thinking about building a website here, but I'd rather it go to my YouTube and you go find that stuff because people interact with that more so. Like they just do.
Yeah, I like that idea. So you drop your videos in your website from YouTube. So when they click on it, they drive to your channel.
Yes, so it drives them to my channel first, but I've embedded all of my stuff here. So like back to this specific one, like I'm pretty much done. I got paddleboarding spots near Woodstock. I've got my article, right? And it's all good. I need my conclusion part. Let me grab that. And then when I get done with this, I'll show you how I do the video stuff or how I've got my videos in there. Close this out.
Okay, so the top part is going to stay the same, right? Because that's your website. And then you just have different pages, and you're saying articles. Those are pages, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
My thing is stuck. There it is. Okay.
You're drawing all over our screen.
I am.
Yes.
That's not me. That's somebody else.
Somebody's got the whiteboard open.
Oh, maybe. You guys don't be messing up his website. And no, John, KB Core is not a WordPress site. Let's all cry.
It's not. So here's the cool thing. So like with Real, I have a free website too, and I just embed it into here. But hold on to that thought, and I will tell you what I just changed now, because my buddy, he's like, they can search stuff anywhere. Like you want to get them on a list. If you type in bridgemill.homes, look at how he did this neighborhood very specific.
Can you say that again? Bridge what? Bridge meal?
Bridge, hang on, the bridgemill.homes.
Bridge Mill.
So he does the same thing. This is WordPress, but you will not go search homes there. When you do list of homes, guess what? You fill out a form and he gets back to you.
No.
But this is very specific to this neighborhood because like he lives there. He's got all the pictures for amenities and all of that stuff. So what he does is he reaches out to them and talks to them before he like makes a list. They can go somewhere else and start searching stuff, but they come here because he's got, you know, the stats and the buyer guide and all this stuff. It's very specific to that, you know.
Oh, I like the market stats page. That's cool.
I don't see that.
So that's what I learned from him is take the search out of your site as much as you can, because like I think it's important, but it's creepy too. It's creepy to be like, oh, you were searching my website. That's why I like Messenger, is to like just get to the conversation. What do you want? Are you just, you know, if you're just searching my website and that's all you want to do, I don't want to spend time trying to find you, you know?
And so do you have like those cool bots that you set up on my website, on this website, like a chat feature?
I do not. I'm going to use, I use High Level, and I'm going to embed that chat on there because that'll connect me directly to text. It's like the one on Book Me Solid. If you go there and chat with that, that sends me direct text, and then we're texting back and forth. I'm going to do that instead of Messenger for this because I just don't want them to get lost. Because I think it's a better experience when they're specifically looking for that thing. Like when they're not looking for it and they just want a search result, like on yours, it spits it out, it gives it to them, you know? But I think right now, if they're looking specifically for the thing, let's talk to them about that thing.
Right. So Shane says when it first started out, some of the gurus were saying not to use ChatGPT for SEO reasons and that Google would penalize you for it. Are your articles ranking? How are your articles ranking on Google so far? Well, obviously number one.
Yeah, for a lot of categories. So I looked at it the other way. I'm like, if I can provide a better content than what's out there, yeah, they're going to reward it. So like I've mixed it up. I use ChatGPT. Google has Bard is their version, and now Bing has a chat thing too. And if you kind of intermix them all together, you created something very unique. It's not anything that it just scraped a website and put it together. You know what I mean? That's why I like to tell it, hey, rewrite this so that an adult with a 5th grade, you know, understanding would understand it. So it's very specific. If I would have just left it alone, like it might have grabbed some from another website, you know, but you always want to validate it because sometimes it will put other stuff in here that doesn't make sense or there's nothing around here. So like at this point in time, I've got it done and I'm good, right? Obviously it's not in Google. So here's what you do. You go to, it's called the Google console. So if you type in site:/yourwebsite.com, it pops up for you to get here. And I'll show you how to get there. And if you don't have it set up, you want to set it up because this is kind of like Google Analytics. This is even better than Google Analytics because this tells it what to do with it. So you click try Google Search Console. And if you take nothing else from what I've said, once you create something, go do this. This is how you get it indexed. Because if you're just waiting on Google to go find it, they may go find it or they may go find something cooler. Like they're going to go look, whoever's putting out the most stuff, they're going to go to them before they go looking for more stuff.
Oh, you're looking outside.
So I go up here to the top and I paste that link in. And it's going to say URL is not on Google. Imagine that. So you just click request indexing. And then, you know, like in the next 24 hours or so, it'll start popping up.
Oh, so okay, so that was the link to your paddleboarding page.
Correct. Yep.
Okay. So when you do a new page, this is important.
Every time I make a new page, I go do this because if I don't, they don't know. Initially, if you're starting with the Search Console, you go over there to the left where it says sitemaps, and you upload a sitemap. A sitemap's going to tell it everything that's on your website, and it's going to upload it, but it may not index at all. Like it may just pick and choose. It may say, oh, this sucks compared to that other one. We're not going to put this in there. But if you do this, it'll guarantee it gets in there.
So it's going to eventually be in there.
Yeah, like I requested it, and I mean I've gone back the same day, like this evening, and it'll pop in there, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So what I tried to do is think of what are moms Googling, you know what I mean? Like playgrounds in Woodstock, stuff like that, right? That's what I want to rank for. So right there there's one playground, there's another playground. And I did the same thing, except obviously like I used my own images on this. So I did that, but you can see like it's nothing crazy. You just do volume with it. And then you figure out what ranks and you keep doing it. So I just went down the list, everything I could think of to do, and I put it there. And
That's
same
awesome.
thing, like basically we have a highway separating 30188 from 30189. 30188 is downtown Woodstock, which you see right here. 30189 is across the way, and it's more like golf course neighborhoods and just neighborhoods in general. So I created a comparison for that. It's actually, they call it Town Lake, is what 30189 is. So I just built out those different pages specific to that. And then I built out comparison pages where it's like Woodstock versus Ackworth, Woodstock versus Ball Ground. So stuff like that, because that's what they're considering those two towns. Tell me why. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do with Henderson and Summerlin. Even though Henderson is a city and Summerlin is an area of Las Vegas, that's what they're always like, what's better to live in?
And then if you have a county, like mine has multiple cities within the county. So I did the county. So I've got Ball Ground, Georgia, I got Woodstock, I got Waleska. And each one of those goes to the Woodstock versus that. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
But the key to the main page, you can see how many links I have from the main page right here. All of the content here links back to something. You know what I mean? And it links back to another page within
this website?
Within this website. So like if I type in VA loans in Woodstock, Georgia, I think I've ranked for that. It's like how to use a VA loan. Yep, right here. Or like first time home buyer. Woodstock. Right there, how to get your home financing. So it's easy if you just kind of reverse engineer it. It just takes time. If that makes sense. And for the ones that have already made these videos, the best thing to do is take that video and create content out of that. That's what I was going to show you. So I created all these neighborhood tours for basically all the neighborhoods off of Main Street here. And so what I did is I created pages within that, right? These don't have searches. It's just telling you kind of the generics of it. What's the closest grocery store and stuff. But then I can go back in deeper and be like, hey, here's the events going on in this neighborhood. Like I can get very deep into it if I wanted to, or say all of the neighborhoods in the school district. I just haven't done that just yet. But see, I embedded my search down here. Basically, this is an iframe. It's just a chunk of code that you can embed any website you want in it. So for each one of the neighborhoods, I just did that. They want to search, there you go. That's what we got going on in that neighborhood. And it keeps it all contained within my website. So like if they did do something on there, if they filled out what's my home worth, I still get an email for it. But I'm not trying to track every single thing they do. My goal is just to get them here first, you know?
Right, where are your videos? Are those the links?
Yeah, so I have them for neighborhoods, right? So neighborhoods, I have them right off the homepage too. So explore Woodstock, Georgia neighborhoods.
Oh, okay, there we go. I
Yeah.
see.
And basically every one of these is a ride along with somebody that lives in that neighborhood. I'm like, why'd you move here? What's around here? What would you change about it? Because it's their perspective. They live there. I don't. So it's more entertaining. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I like when you're riding around in the Jeep.
Yeah. So I started out with golf carts, and then it went to Jeeps and Broncos, and I was like, if it's got 4 wheels or if we can ride together, let's do it. But then some of them, they're so little that you can't, you know, we just have to do walk and talks. We just walk around the block and we're there. We're done. So yeah, does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, we have a couple. We have a
How
couple.
that works? Okay.
So, is this for blogs only or videos as well, like YouTube? So,
Yeah, I mean, so what I did is I went back to all those videos and wrote a better description. So I sent you an example of one of those videos. Messenger. Basically, I took your video and I pulled the transcript. You know, it writes all the words. I took that and I summarized it. You could do that and take a summary and put that in your YouTube description. But what I did is I took that summary and wrote an article out of it. So I expanded it. Can you show your screen? Mine is freezing up for some reason. It's that last link that I sent you right before we hopped on.
Oh, sure. Hold on. So share.
Wow, you got some tabs.
I know every single thing in here though, so I know everything that's going on. Okay, this is how many I got since you messaged me this morning.
Wow.
I'm
So
just kidding.
if you do messenger.com, it just gives you like all of them in one spot. Never use that.
What is it?
Messenger.com. It is an inbox for all of that instead of having those little pop-ups everywhere.
Where are you, Chris?
Right there. Oop.
All right.
Go back. Yep.
Okay. All right. So click this link.
Based on that video, that's the title and the metadata and all the stuff. But then at the bottom, I came up with 5 other ideas to add to that. So like that base piece of content, if you go down to the very bottom, you'll want to like create those too to link to it. Say like top neighborhoods for affordable living and that hidden cost of home ownership. So I've got one like that. It's like, what is the true ownership cost? Quality of living, stuff like that, right? And you may already have videos for those. But those go along with this content. You would link it within that content above.
Okay. That's cool.
Creating a spider web.
So you just did that based on what I sent you? What is this?
No, that's based on the video.
Was based on the video. Oh, true cost of living in Henderson, Nevada. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Because there's a lot of this stuff in there, but obviously you pulled it from there. That's cool. So those are the videos I need to do or the pages I need to do or both?
That's the content from that video. Like I did a summary of it and then I said expand it. Like I told you know, I said add 200 words to it. That's what the top part, that little line, these are just other pieces that you could do to build more authority based on that one. So if you did that one, all 5 of these would link out of that one because they'd be like, cool, these go along with it, you know?
Oh, okay. Awesome.
So the more links you have about that topic makes you more the authority and helps you rank faster.
Oh, gotcha.
called like cornerstone content. I think that's what they call it. Because if it's you versus somebody else and they just have like a page about it, but your page has all these links going deeper and deeper, it's like she's got chapters on this thing.
Oh yeah, I like that. Awesome. Yep. Very cool stuff. Awesome. What else we got? We got blah blah blah. Who's hosting your websites?
So I use Bluehost. I think it's like $12 a month, and I can host unlimited websites with it. So all my stuff's there.
Bluehost.
Bluehost.com.
Okay, and then in a big city like Long Beach, California, like LA, how do you recommend that we do this? Just only a few zip codes? Don't want to limit myself from getting a client that's searching not far away within. I know we have the same problem. We have so many zip codes here.
I'm a fan of 10-mile radius. Like obviously people are different and they're willing to travel and stuff, but that was kind of my thought with those other sites, is I'm going to find other agents to plug into those. And I don't necessarily want to go see those places. I mean, I might go there for fun, but I don't want to go show a house there, you know?
Chris would rather be doing this. Okay. I know. And it's funny because when I run my ads, it's a 50-mile radius because that's how many miles I work. You're like 10. But okay, so you're pulling info from ChatGPT and then running through another AI site to tweak it further.
Yeah, so I mix them up. Bing has one. It's called Bing Chat. It's a new thing. Basically, if you go to Bing and search, it spits it out in real time. I use that for ideas, and then I take those ideas and I spit them into other platforms. That way, you're kind of mixing it up, and it doesn't think that it all got it from one spot, you know?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, we learned about a humanizing one. So like you take everything that you get out of ChatGPT and you put it into this other one and then click humanize, and then it like takes the
Not to be like
whatever everybody's scared about.
not to be political, but that's like when they're trying to give out free masks. It's kind of the same thing, is what I think. So I just don't do it.
Free masks that don't work.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you pull the transcripts? Do you use Glass when you pulled that transcript?
Here, I'll show you. Can you still see my screen or no?
No, you need to reshare.
I have a plugin, not sure what it is. I think you could actually just do it with ChatGPT now. I'll just go find the video.
Oh, you just pull the YouTube link and put it into ChatGPT.
Yeah, you could just say, give me a summary of this video, because like longer videos, I don't watch them anymore. I try to pull out bullet points and see if it's worth watching.
Oh my gosh, that's terrible.
Well, it's like
We need you to watch the whole thing.
he can ramble for an hour, but I just want to know what he was talking about. So let's use him for example, right? So see this little bar. This is the
it's called Glass. GLASP. I'll put it in the chat. I use that.
There it is, made by Glass.
Yeah.
So basically, that does just take this link and it goes over to here and says summarize it. But then based on that summary, I said, hey, expand it and then give me some other ideas that people may be looking for. Because basically there's different intent, right? You can say, tell me what's the different intent words for buying a home, and then rank it by level. Like low intent is going to be listing, high intent is going to be buy a home here, you know?
Oh, right.
So this is unfortunately transcript. What did it say? Unfortunately, and then it gave it to me.
Unfortunately.
So like that's the gist of what his video is about. So summarize it and give me a YouTube short script. So you can do this, you can take other content and then create your own ideas. And I mean, this goes in depth. It's like add music and stuff.
It even tells you what kind of picture to use.
It does. Like, I just want the script. I don't want the play-by-play.
And with a catchy jingle.
Give me a script. I like this because I don't have to spell right all the time and knows what I'm talking about. I'm still doing it. Okay, well, don't ask it for a YouTube short. Ask it for something else. But it'll give you a script if you want one. Basically, I did that and said make me a blog post, 2,500 words, and then like I expanded upon that. You do want to go in and make sure that the stuff's relevant and it's right, because like I said, when I did, top 10 places for date night or whatever, it added some restaurants that aren't here. So you want to make sure that it is relevant stuff. And then you might add experiences to it. If you can add experiences to it, that makes it a little more human.
Okay, I tried to use the Chrome, I think she meant Chrome extension for current data access for ChatGPT and got an error message. Only prior to X date available, do you know how to access current market data on AI? Yeah, you have to choose the web access if you have a free version. Otherwise, if you have a full version, you just download the
it's called Web GPT is the plugin that I use.
The plugin.
This little on-off switch. And then it's, you can pick the source. You can be like from Bing, from Google. Like they give you the different areas where to pull it from.
Yeah, and if you go over to where Chris's name is on the bottom left-hand side, he's going to click on the 3 dots. Can you click on your 3 dots?
3 dots.
Yeah, your name on the left.
There.
Yeah, right there.
Yep.
And then, settings and beta. And then that's where you're going to find your plugin. You got to make sure your plugins is turned on though, because sometimes it's off. So you want to make sure that's there, and then that's when you can add those features.
I totally forgot about that. It's like once you turn it on, you kind of forget about it. But yeah, if you don't have plugins on, none of that other stuff will work. There's a lot of different plugins that, say like these are some right here. There's one where you just like put in a keyword and it just spits out something, because people have created it, made it prompt a specific way. I've played with it a little bit, but I just like to talk to it. There you go, YouTube script generator. Move into Las Vegas.
And this page that you're on, you found this in your settings, the 3 dots down by your name?
Yeah, the 3 dots, and then you go to your the web whatever it was. Click on your 3 dots again, can you?
Yep.
Sorry. Settings and beta. Yeah, right there. That's where you go. And then
beta
features.
Yeah, so I did the majority of that stuff with free ChatGPT, and then I just upgraded last month because the ChatGPT 4, basically you can drag videos in or like a spreadsheet, and it will like analyze data. So it'll do some really nerdy stuff. And then Bing, they're doing that, Bing, because it's made by Google. No, it's Bard. Google Bard is made by Google. Basically, I can say, check out this folder, analyze this, and tell me what's in it. So you can drop a bunch of videos in there, or you could drop a bunch of those like, giveaway type things and be like, give me what I need out of this. And it will like analyze it and tell you what's the most likely probability. Like it gets technical. You know what I mean? Then you
Awesome.
can tell it to like dumb it down for me.
Right. Yeah. And also, if you guys didn't see, there's an AI video script writer inside RPR. So like if you go into RPR and you go into your market statistics for your area, you click on video and it writes the script for you. And then it writes the ad copy for you. Like it's pretty amazing. So anyway, check that out.
I would copy that and then go put it in something else, because like if everybody's just copying that,
Right, I
then you
know.
are a market leader, you know?
Right.
Like
Well,
you want to be original with your stuff. You don't want to look like everybody else.
that is true. That is true. Jeanette, good morning. You have a question?
Hey, good morning. Awesome information, by the way, Chris, appreciate it. But my question for you is that on all the different domain names that you're purchasing, or do you have to for each one of those titles that you're creating a page for, or are you just talking about your homepage?
I just have one link for my homepage. I bought other domain names for those other cities because I'm building them out so that I can go place people in those.
Oh, for the other cities. Okay. Okay, I got
Yeah.
it. So not one for each one of those tabs. You're just using your long URL that you have with your name, and then when you change your page to it, it goes in there anyways for that title tab.
It'd be your domain / the title of the page for
Right.
each one.
Right. Okay, cool. Thank you.
But you're buying domains about like moving to Sacramento, California, and you're pointing that domain to that page within your
But-
website, correct?
But you're buying just one domain.
No, he's buying more.
So for each one, like it would be a different site. So like move to Kennesaw is a whole nother site. But what I'm doing, because those are local, I'm interlinking them. So if it's like, you know, Kennesaw versus Woodstock, I'm linking back to Woodstock because it gives it like domain authority or whatever.
Oh, so your actual pages are just like that for Woodstock, but there's another actual page with all the new information about the other city, correct?
Yeah. So here, I'll show you this for the Kennesaw, how I'm doing that. Or I did it with move to Roswell too. So move to Kennesaw.
Mhm.
Basically, I've got here are the nearby cities down below, and I'm linking to those other ones that I have.
Okay, so that's basically, yeah, you still have home for sale, things to do, retire. So you did like the same layout, just a
Yeah.
different city.
So like these, I have moved to Ackworth. I haven't done anything with it. The Woodstock links back to Woodstock. I don't have one for Smyrna. I don't have one for most of these, but I'm going to. I have one
Okay.
for Canton. So like if I click that, it goes to my living in Canton, Georgia website. But otherwise, everything is on your one site. The only reason I do that is because I have multiple sites. You don't need multiple sites per se, but that's kind of my strategy. Is I'm doing that so that I can place other people into these and be like, cool, you're starting to make video. You should do neighborhood tours like me, you know?
Okay.
So like I made some videos in Canton. So I took what I had and I worked with it and plugged them in.
Cool.
Does that make sense? And then like these link back to those different ones, right? So living in Woodstock, Georgia, the Canton, Georgia versus Waleska. Each one of these is a like versus page. I just didn't finish on these.
Okay. So I'm sure everybody's wanting to know, like, how do we hire you to like make pages for us?
It depends. Just go to Book Me Solid and send me a message of what you're looking for. Do you want me to create the content or you want me to create the website? Because they're two different things. And do you need the imagery or do you not? Ideally, like I like building the whole site, and because that's just something to brag about, be like I built a bunch of them. But not everybody needs that. So it's what do you need specifically, and then we can go from there.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this link, Book Me Solid, and then this link will also be in the BombBomb email that is sent out with the replay. if some of you guys have not filled this out, please do. You will get all the replays of the Tech Tuesdays plus all the links that we talk about. My co-pilot is on vacation, so please hold. It's coming. I'm logging in. Anybody else have any other questions for Chris? We're almost wrapping it up here.
Can I ask a question? Like,
Yeah.
drop a one in the chat if you have a website that's not just like, you know, homes. Like if you're creating content for your area. Who's doing that now?
I just have a community video page inside my regular for, you know, my for sale website, my company website.
But is it getting traffic?
Not unless I point people there.
So like everybody should go to the Ahrefs, or I'll put a link in there. Go connect your website to that, and that gives you a starting point of where you're at. That way you know where you started, where you can go.
What was the link to that again?
Ahrefs.com.
fs.com.
Yeah, I put it in the chat.
Oh, cool.
Or I didn't put the HTTP on there. I'll leave that on there.
Okay, and then the link to the BombBomb form is there. If you guys click on it and fill it out, you will get a copy of this replay, and also any of the links he talked about. I'm going to sit here and pull them out of the chat so that I can put everything in there. But if you need help with any of this, which, you know, if you're lost like I am, bookmesolid.com. Okay, Stephanie, it's bookmesolid.com. I put it in here, but I'll put it in again, and then it will be in the email.
Yeah, if you just use the chat in the bottom, that.
Oh, they don't see the link that you put in for that, to go check your stuff. What was that?
It looks like I sent it to Allison. How do I get it to send it to everybody?
Okay, click on it and click everyone.
Everyone. Here we go. There you go. That come through?
Yes. So, all right, we'll copy that for the thing too. Okay.
I'll send you the links you can add to your email.
Oh, thank you. That would be really helpful. And you guys, it might be a little bit before I get the email out because my assistant is on vacation and I'm going to EXPCon. So I will be working on this later tonight. And thank you for being here. And
can I have one question? So
yeah.
when we put this link in this AIH, whatever, does it have to be our website or it can be directly our YouTube channel?
No, so it's your website. That basically pulls all of your website data is what it does. It pulls all the keywords and where you're ranking and all of that is what that does. It's not for YouTube. Like you use TubeBuddy or something like that for YouTube.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, and then but you can go into your special pages on your website and grab that link, right? Like if you have the community videos ones, because mine's like my website / community videos, so you could take that whole one, put it in there, and then it would do the same, or no?
It's initially it's going to pull all of this stuff. It's going to show you what's on Google, and then you'll go to the Google console and be like, this page is not here. Go get it.
Oh, the Google console. That's right. Okay. I think I put that in the chat too. So I will get that. And then what are you saying about high level again? Shane wants to know.
I use high level for my chat. So when you go book me solid, you start chatting with me, that's what I use it for. I'm starting to use it for landing pages a little bit more so, but that's how book me solid runs in general. Like all of my checkout and processes and email and stuff go through that. So I'm transitioning that into real estate too.
Awesome. All right, guys, I gotta get. So thank you so much for hopping on and learning about all this fun stuff that Chris is doing. And let's go get ranked on Google. You know, we get those emails and calls all the time. I don't see your stuff on Google. I could help you. Like we have a person. We have a person for that. So anyway,
What's the
I
video?
Obviously, you saw me on Google because you're reaching out to me, but maybe I'm on page 4. I don't know. Anyway, thank you again. And I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Have a great week.
Thank you, Wendy. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. All
Thank
right,
you, Chris.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.